The next performer we have is Al St. Louis. He's performing in the play that we're talking about, the play that you can also win a pair of tickets to in the raffle. It's called Ecstasy. It's a Jamaican comedy, but you need not be Jamaican to enjoy it. I'm being serious. It's actually really hilarious. It's not just an empty plug. I saw it myself. Actually, Areta and I went and saw it. It's a good time, a good laugh with some good performers, Al included. So let me tell you a little bit more about Al. He is, if you don't know already, one of Toronto's foremost spoken word artists and motivational educators. He's the founder and host of When Words Are Spoken, an ongoing event created as a platform for artists to share their inspirational spoken words and musical talents. Al's wit and charm, he's got a lot of charm, rounds out his equal passion and talent for acting. He'll be performing, as I mentioned, in the hit play Ecstasy, and that's happening Sunday, December 5th, so make sure you check that out. Bringing to the stage Al St. Louis.
Good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. I'm going to share a few pieces with y'all, if you guys are okay with that. Give it up for all the performers we heard in the first half. Show them some love. Yeah, so I'm a poet, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a guy that does quite a few things, so I'm just going to do a few plugs before we start. Is that cool? Because, I mean, we're all here, right? So, I own a hair salon. A natural hair studio is called Lock and Twist. So for any of the natties in here, and the soon-to-be's, or people who just want to keep it natural, or people who just have hair, and want to come and get a cut, get a style, a twist, a lock, a braid, a barber, we do it all. If you need some products, come check us out. Lock and Twist, www.lockandtwist.com. Big up Roger Dundas, who's in the house. We got Ecstasy running starting next week, Sunday. We got 2 shows. So if you guys are interested in a real story, let me say that. I mean, it's a Jamaican play, but there's a real story behind it. If you guys are interested in seeing a story and seeing some great works of art, because the actors are absolutely phenomenal, including myself. I told you, shameless plugs, man. If I ain't gonna plug me, who gonna plug me? Come and see it, Ecstasy. We're in Brampton at Chinguzi. Roger Dundas, where you at? Roger, there he is. We got some flyers. Kingston 6 Entertainment, we doing that big. Rachael-Lea, big up yourself. Belinda, big up yourself. In the beam of my twilight, my skylight zones in on the exact locations of pimps, ghosts, and goblins, gobbling all of our natural resources. But have we become the same? Because most of us, we gobble like feathered fowls, living foul, trying hard to pet our way through this maze, the coop. Driving coupes, sedans, jeeps, and trucks, lost. Smoking cigs and rolling blunts in hopes that the material will subside the yearning of the spiritual. But who designed this style of freedom where my brothers and my sisters are starving on my mother's land? And are we truly free? Working a 9 to 5 to survive in a world where survival is a must. Trust in God, they say. He will see you through, they say. But no one is saying how to trust in this being that doesn't seem to be seeing the plight that me and my people go through on a day-to-day. So sometimes, some of us find freedom in nickel sacks. Just rolling zigs to zags, just trying to get back to the man or the woman that we used to be. Free, see, before I became who I am, I was. But now, societal pressure, my blood making it boil, so my mercury, it rises, and sky's the limit where God is, and I'm doing all that I can to find it. You see, I was. But now, lost in these foreign lands, doing all that I can, this man in me just wants to be free again. Free to express my deepest thoughts. Free to say what is and to refute what is not. Free to stand and fight for the right to be heard, to vote like like my forefathers did. Carried on boats like my forefathers were. And now to break the chains of slavery, allowing my future seeds freedom like my forefathers are. A star in my own right, yeah, but still I had my own plight. So with pens and papers I write the whole truth and nothing but. But somebody did say that the truth shall set you free, but there always seems to be a but. So brothers like me and some of us in here, yo, we hustle. We hustle to make ends meet, but ends are low, so sisters now depend on subsidy with no father to father the fatherless. There's no money to give to the homeless, so more and more homes go up in B-Town. But downtown, more and more lives are free to lay down on vents. See, everybody cries for freedom. But how many of you are really willing to search for her? Because she's found way down deep within, and searching does take a bit of time and a whole lot of effort, but who's got time now in this new age of technology that's supposed to be freeing up our time? I mean, cell phones, fast cars, pawns, OnStars, and poor kids. Because all parents see stars in them, but because they're not free, they try hard to live free through them. Gobble, gobble. Between working and managing a family, yo, where does it all go, huh? Gobble, gobble. See, time is necessity and freedom's a must, so parents now try hard to have both. Dividing freedom into many blocks of little time while balancing 2 and 3 jobs, 3 and 4 lives, 4 and 5 personalities. But personally, if you were to ask me about freedom, man, I tell you the freedom, listen to me, man. Freedom is a state of mind. What you envision in your mind is who and what you will become. And only those who are willing to search beyond these known mental limits will encompass this freedom. So me, I make time to take time to find that place where my soul's at rest and I'll unwind from stress-filled days. Because even though society tries hard to stress us subliminally, telling you that, yo, you need more of this to be free, tell them that you don't. See, freedom is where you walk. Freedom is where you stand. Freedom is knowing who you are. And freedom's not giving a goddamn who anybody believes you to be. Freedom is waking every morning thanking your God, whoever he, she, or it might be, for being blessed. And freedom is knowing deep down on the inside that, yes, I am only as free as I choose to be. But first I choose a freedom state of mind. Yeah. Just checking to see if somebody called me. So you guys good, yeah? I think I got one more to go, yeah? Miss Areta. Give it up for Areta, man. I remember when I started When Words Are Spoken, like back in 2001, when we did it, I did it for the same reason, because I just didn't feel there was enough platforms. And you created one. And they ain't nothing better than creating something, man. So give her another round of applause. So I'm gonna give you guys something. I don't know, I hope you guys can handle this. Taste me, she requested. Taste me, she requested. So I parted her thighs as my rise rose like Olympians on podiums with gloves, dark, hard, deep as her center, pink like her panther. She requested this of me, so I licked her lips as if they were my own. I bit her inner thigh, then I moistened her clitoris because like a Tootsie Pop, I needed to know just how many licks it takes to get to her center. With every stroke, with every stroke, with every stroke, my taste buds remembered it's it's home. Because it was through her that I was made, so I gave slow, slow, steady. Then when she wasn't ready, I sped up. Like a vibrating dolphin swimming in her vaginal ecstasy, she requested me. So I sucked, I bit, I grabbed her tits and I licked and licked and licked and licked and licked until she had no more juices flowing. But to be fair, I used my own to keep her going. I nibbled and chewed and gnawed, I blew. I gently blew. Then I stuck my tongue so far inside her that we French kissed. Her sweat drenched me. She was hot. She screamed stop, but she didn't really mean it. She was only prolonging the inevitable. She was coming. And I wanted to make her orgasm, but I wasn't ready for her. No, not just yet. She was wet. She was so slippery when wet that I became her sea urchin, barely coming up to breathe. See, I didn't need that breath. I tasted me in her. I didn't need that breath because I tasted me in her. I was a deep sea diver searching to be rescued. I needed saving. She needed saving. We needed saving. So she became my savior, and I was in too deep, drowning, stroking, sucking, licking. She was convulsing, calling my name, God! Oh, God! And I responded the only way that I knew how, with excretions of saliva salivating all over her vagina. Two oceans collided, and my rising had to wait because this moment was exclusively for her. My nose, it touched, it tickled, it massaged the outer workings of her inner being. She was moaning. Her pussy was moaning. Her pussy was moaning. Behave. Listen. Her pussy was moaning. Her eyes rolled to the back of her head because I was giving her head massages and rubs. I tongue twisted her snappy nappy, parting it naturally. I two-strand twisted so she grew roots, and we locked and twisted. She became my lock and twist. Pulsating was the sound her hymen made, pleasurably ready, dripping in ecstasy. Her fountain was flowing, and in her calling, she spoke in tongues the same way her pussy did. The language of love, the language of life, the language of God, the language of, oh shit, don't stop. The language of no, no, no. The language of yes, yes, yes. Today she tasted me. Stroking and sucking, licking and knowing, all while looking me straight in my eye. She wanted to see me and feel me. She wanted to taste me and know me. She wanted to allow me to let down my male exterior and join her on an emotional ride, a roller coaster.